Hey guys, and welcome to another guide. Today we're going to be doing Maw of Souls in normal mode. So again with the trash, avoid all the fire, do any dispels you need to do. Boss number 1. Here he does do a dark slash ability, that's big damage on the tank. Your tank needs to pop some sort of mitigation ability, whether it's ignore pain, shield block, whatever they have. Up next, he does do Winds of Northrend, which is unavoidable, AoE, big knockback, small amount of damage. This is the big ability here, Bane. He does cast a bunch of purple swirly things that move around everywhere. These things do a decent amount of damage, so you do need to avoid them at all costs. Keep in mind that you can also be knocked back while these things are active. The only other ability he does do is Screams of the Dead, which you saw here. It's a big AoE around him, and basically what it does is it does do a small amount of damage and an AoE fear. Now, if you're the healer and your tank gets feared, you do not want your tank to get hit without having any block or mitigation from the front, so you do want to dispel your tank. That's it as far as the abilities. Here we have another Dark Slash. You see me pop Ignore Pain. Screams of the Dead, run out. Winds of the Northrend, unavoidable AoE knockback. I ran further back so that I can get a charge in for extra rage. Dark Slash, get a mitigation up. And another cast of Bane, so start avoiding the purple swirls. Boss number 2 does have a few things. The biggest thing to note with this boss is any time that he spawns 1 or 2 adds, you need to switch to them and DPS them down immediately. Here you see Cosmic Scythe. You saw those scythes above my head. Those need to be dodged by everyone. They come out as a giant line out of him. Here you see one of the adds and a Cosmic Scythe right on it. You need to focus these adds. This add will cast a giant AoE ability that hits everybody on the group. Now when he fragments someone, he'll target a random party member, stun them, and split them into 3 pieces. 2 of them will be attackable, 1 will be the original. If you do not kill the 2 clones that come out, that person will take increased dark damage over time. Here you see another Cosmic Scythe. You can go ahead and just dodge that. Whether you're a tank or DPS or healer, it's important to dodge that ability. Here we see a fragment being cast. You see there the adds, we do switch to them and take them down immediately. We do have another add that we need to switch to again. Make sure you interrupt any cast coming from any of the adds. Cosmic Scythe, dodge again. Cosmic Scythe, dodge. Here we have another fragment incoming. You see me start to run over. Start DPSing these adds immediately. Another Cosmic Scythe. Another dodge. Dodge again. Here comes another fragment, which we actually choose to ignore because he's below 5%. Just DPS the boss. The last boss is an interesting fight. So basically what happens is there's 2, or really 3 main phases. The first part of this encounter, you'll be fighting tentacles. Every tentacle you take down damages her a little bit. So you'll see here, there's this Destructor Tentacle. You do need to focus on this one as a tank. If this tentacle is not tanked, it does massive AoE damage that builds up over time, so you do want to tank that. The Grasping Tentacles come out on the side of the boat. Those are your second priority. So if you already took down the tentacle that's in the middle of the boat, go ahead and move over to the Grasping Tentacles, DPS those as fast as you can. As a tank, as soon as you see one of those Destructor Tentacles come back up, you do need to switch to that immediately. So you see here, another one comes up in the back of the ship. I do need to switch to that immediately and tank that, or else everybody will be taking big AoE damage. Switch back to the grasping tentacle. And once you kill 6 tentacles, she will go down into the water and phase 2 will begin. Here we have another destructor tentacle up. I need to switch to that and tank immediately. Here you see the phase 2 is beginning. Basically these swirls will come up from the ground. You do need to avoid them. If you don't, you'll take a decent amount of damage. Once that phase is over, she does come back up. Here basically you need to avoid anything that's being cast on the ground. Don't fall in any holes, and you need to see her positioning. So basically she will move to a certain area. You see here she's facing left, and so you move away from that, because you see here that giant AoE that happens does big damage. If you do not move from it, you will most likely die from it. So here you see she's casting a few things. She'll throw a few vortexes on the ground. Also make sure you don't fall into the holes. If you do take a decent amount of damage and get stunned. Here you see again she's facing to the left. I rotate my camera, you see not everybody moved, and look at the party damage that's being handed out. Here you see one of the swirls over on the left. Just make sure you don't fall in them. Here's one on me. I make sure I move out of the way. And here you see her face right down the middle. Now I'm going to move to the right to avoid it, but you start seeing the massive amounts of damage. Once you get to heroic and mythic, it will not be so forgiving. Here she goes down again. Once she does submerge, basically just avoid any vortexes on the ground again. Don't fall in any holes. More holes will be created during this phase. Just make sure you are aware of where you are standing. Here we have her face the left hand side again. Avoid that damage. And that's it. Alright guys, thank you for joining me. See you on the next video.